Welcome to a Math-Matic Monday. This is week 2 of our learning. We are going to use this compass again, except now we are going to talk about less than these numbers. Then down at the bottom, we're filling it in a piece of the hundreds chart. We did this last Friday, but this time we're going to do it with numbers that have 100 in front. So 115 and 114. Let's get started. So here it says less than, and if I look at my compass, I know that less than, if I'm counting by 10, I'm going to go up on my hundreds chart. Now, some of us may not have to use this hundreds chart, and that's fine. You may be able to use the place value. But there may be some of us who need to see that our answer is here somewhere, and we can use this compass and this chart to help us figure that out. So here I have 10 less than 74. So I'm going to start with highlighting 74. Ten less, I'm moving up. So 10 less than 74 is 64. Now, some of us may have been able to mentally do that with 70 minus 10. We just know that it's 60. 70 minus 10, it's 60, and my ones place stays the same. Let's look at 25. This time, I'm finding 20 less than 25. So 25 is here. If I want to do 20 less, I know I have to go up 10 and another 10 because 10 plus 10 is 20. And I end up here at 5. Well, that checks out for my mental mathematicians because 25, if I just take that 20 away, 20 less, there will be 5 left. And then here I have 30 less than 37. So here I have 37. I'm going to highlight it. And if I do 30 less, I have 10 less, another 10, 20 less, another 10, 30 less. Checks out again. 37 minus this 30, so less than, would give me 7. My ones place stays the same. Some of us may need to use the hundreds chart. You see how I went up using my compass and I subtracted 10. Oh, I didn't do this one. That's for the first one. 10 less gives me 64. Excellent job. So now I'm moving down to the bottom and filling in a piece of the hundreds chart. Now I can still use this chart to help me. Even though this is a hundreds chart, this is really a 200s chart because at the end of this chart would be 200. So look here how I have 15. If I put 1 in front to show 115, it'd be 116, 147, 178. All of this would have 100 in front of it. And the number, if this was 199, then this would be 200. So I can visually in my mind pretend like this is a 200s chart, starting with 101 and ending with 200. So, with that being said, I have 115, which would be right in this area where that 15 is. It's the same pattern. So if I go up, remember, I'm subtracting 10, even if there's 100 in front. So the 100 will stay the same, the 1 will stay the same. It's only the tens place that changes. Well, if I have 1 here, 0 would be here. 0, 1 what would come next? My hundreds place stays the same. My ones place stays the same. It's only the tens place that's changing. I would go to 20. So I have 105, 115, and I have 125. Notice the pattern. The ones place stays the same. The hundreds place stays the same. It is just the tens place that's changing. Just like my secret compass says. Now when I go this way to the left and this way to the right, it is my ones place that changes. See that 1? So this is not going to be 5. Everything will stay the same except for the ones place. So I'll have 100 and I have 110 and I will have 6 ones. See? Because I added 1. 5 ones were there, and if I add 1, it'll be 6 ones. Now going the other way, I'm subtracting 1. So this was 5 ones. Everything else stays the same. 100 and 110. Now if I subtract 1, it would be 4. So this kind of checks out with the section of the hundreds chart that I just pretended was 100. Remember we mentally did that? So here, remember I said let's pretend that's 115. Right beside it, I have 116. Here I have 114. I'm just changing it to 100. Here this would be 105, and this is 125. Can you see that? So I have just created, let's see. I have just created a 200s chart by changing all of these numbers here to 100. So this is 105, 115, 114, 116, and 125. The pattern does not change. The pattern does not change at all. This chart, you could put any 100 in front of it and it would still be the same pattern. We'll do more with that this week. So here, wow, look, 114 is here, and 114 is the only number I have here to work with. So now I have to use my chart again, or I can use my compass to figure out what goes in these blanks. So here I have 100, 14. If I go back this way, remember I'm subtracting a 1. So only the ones place is changing. So I have 113. The ones place, I subtracted 1. So this was 4. Now I go backwards to 3. Now I'm going down. When I go down, what happens? I'm adding 10. See, I'm going down. So what place value is going to change? Not my hundreds, not my ones. The tens place will change. So I could actually just write my 101 and my 101 and then figure out what the tens place is going to be. So this is 110. If I add a 10, I would have 2 tens. If I added another 10, I would have 3 tens. See how that pattern, it's 1, 2, 3. So 114, 124, 134. Here I'm going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. 113, 123, 133. And you could even look and see how they're similar. 123 after 123 is 124. Just like my compass says, I can add 1. 133 after 133 is 134. Added 1. I only added 1. If you look back at the hundreds chart up here, right around 114, remember I put that 114 in front? I have 113, I put the 100 in front. 123, I'm just putting the 100 in front of everything. This is actually the section of the hundreds chart that's cut out down here. So let me just put it up so we can see both at the same time. See how we can look and we see that this section and this section, they're the same. There we go. It's so important in math to look at the patterns, and that's what we're going to do this entire summer. So I hope you had a Math-Matic Monday, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Hi, my budding geniuses. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you have your book so you can follow along. Practice on your own for 15 minutes and then log in to review the lesson. Remember, there's a purpose for your life. If you stay focused, you can say, Oyemi, I understand. See you tomorrow. Bye now.